Today we're going to talk about treat manners. Somebody's very excited because he already had dinner, but I wanted to talk about how Diesel used to be. He used to be very closed-mouthed. He did not do this. He was very closed-mouthed and he was very grabby. And part of it, I think, was food aggression, and part of it was he didn't have the experience of somebody who was patient enough. So, in my other videos, you'll see that he stands right here with me. Come here, Diesel. Stands right here. There's more that goes on here than what it just looks like. When I'm giving him treats, I have a range of where I can deliver the treat to him. And it's important to understand that if he's down low, he has to use his teeth. If he's up high, I can drop the treat into his mouth, and that's easier for him. He doesn't have to use his teeth. And so now that kind of opens up him doing this to grab it with his lips rather than having to pick it up from down below with his teeth. The other thing that's important is if I have the treat mid-range right about here, I can actually block him with my shoulder so that as he is struggling, down here, as he is struggling to get the treat, I can just kind of put my body in the way. Now, if he's up here, which is common for what we do, if he's up above my shoulder and I'm not blocking with my shoulder, if he decides to move his face over very quickly towards mine, I have two options. I can either meet him with my lips and kind of bumper his face with my lips in the pucker position, or I can turn my head away and have him slap the back of my head, which is a lot less painful than having his nose meeting the bridge of my nose and smashing my glasses into my face and so on and so forth. But this took a long time. And in positive reinforcement videos where you'll see somebody standing at a cone, I'm kind of the cone. So we go through this every day and we're consistent about it. I stand here and he gets overexcited and we work on these various things. Now, another aspect that's very subtle that you don't see is how I hold the treat when I put it in his mouth. Don't give them treats that feel like your finger. Give them treats that don't feel like your finger. That way they can figure out when they've got it with their lips and they can pull it from you. Carrots, baby carrots, that's kind of like a finger. And how would they know the difference, especially if you were delivering it like this into his mouth? How would he know the difference? He has to be able to examine it because he can't see it. We know that. He can't see right here. But if I take a treat and I put it in sideways and the rough edges are perpendicular to my fingers, he can figure it out, he can pull it, he can feel that there is the treat and take it from me gently. Now again, we've been doing this for years, so I know what to expect from him. All horses are going to be different. You have to watch the behavior of your horse. And if they get too excited, like he's kind of excited right now, and he's pushing down on my shoulder, and so I'm just kind of like, I'm regulating how much push that he's putting on me with my body. But if he was too excited, I would tell him we're finished. I'm not going to yell at him. He's not doing anything bad. He's excited. This is actually good. This is when you bring in toys and you introduce them to things like toys. Come here, look at this. Come get this. This is how we get them to target. Look at that. See, you're a good boy. And it looks like he's like gulping in my hand, you know, like he's ready to like take my hand in, but he's actually really good. He searches with his lips. He might grab the treat with his teeth, but if he feels my finger, he knows that it's my finger because my finger is soft and the treat is not. And that's another aspect, is choose your treats wisely. We already talked about using carrots. Carrots may be a bad idea. I like the treats that are very overtly different feeling. The round Purina cookies, these are these extruded treats. These could be possibly confused as a finger, except I put them in his mouth at a right angle to my fingers so he can feel what he's doing. You want to give me the gummy worms? These are some of his favorite gummy worms. He loves gummy worms. Yes. We could just get the bag open. Mental note to self, he does not like Rice Krispie treats from some vendors. Is that good? Now here, this is a treat that's very floppy. It still does not feel like my finger. And that's okay. And you can tell him to bite and pull. And look at how he searches things out with his lips. And he'll tug and everything, and that's okay. Just don't break my face. Just don't break my face. Yes? Here, come on. I know, you are very excited. You are. So that's it. So be consistent. Do it on a regular basis so they don't forget. Know your horse. I'm very comfortable with Diesel doing this because I know he's not going to actually bite me. He just, I have him play with my ear. He's used to being close in. Takes time, but they'll get the hang of it. If you need, use a wall, use protected contact. Start with that. If you have a horse that's really big and and can easily overpower you, stand behind a barrier. What's that? Is that your squeaky? You gotta get it. You gotta get the squeaky. Get it. Give it. You are so lazy. He's so lazy. Can you shake? Can you shake? No. Can you shake? No. Shake. Here you go. Good boy. Such a good boy. And sometimes you'll actually find out when you're doing these things that they will teach you a trick they would like to teach you. And I'll give you an example. Here. I didn't teach Diesel to do this. Diesel taught me to do this. You are very excited. You are very excited. Are you having fun? That's it. Have fun. Be safe. All right. This is Easy. Easy's only 3. He picked this up in no time flat. He's 3 and he's still intact. So he's fully hormonal and gets just as excited as anybody else. But you can see that he already understands that he needs to be gentle, and he does something a little differently. I don't give him the treats in the front, but you can see how closed lips he is. If I give him treats from the front, he's not as lippy as Diesel is. So we do things a little different with him. We put them in the side, and you can see how he actually pulls his cheek back for me to put the treat in the side of his face. And he's a good boy about it. He doesn't understand the whole I stand here, you stand there, but in a sense, just with what little we've done, he kind of gets it. Good boy. Good boy. 3 years old, intact male. Would you like a sour gummy? I don't trust him with his teeth yet because he's new at this. But you can see how gentle he is. And I don't know if he likes this. See that? So he picked this up in no time flat, and now he's the same. He's pretty good. Good boy. Piece of cake. Oh, can you shake? Can you shake? Can you shake? Not lick my arm. Can you shake? Good boy. See? And he even learned how to shake. Good boy. Got it. Somebody's getting jealous. Oh, he walked away. Finally got fed up. Are you a good boy? Yes, you're very nice. So there you go. Like I said, piece of cake.